A bit of fair warning, there are going to be timestamps in the description, so check those out if you want to, but aside from that, enjoy the video and get educated, I guess. Have fun. What's up guys, Doe here, and today I'll be discussing patch 0.8.3. I'll be going over pretty much every single thing in the patch, which is pretty extensive, and I'll be discussing the things that are really interesting in sort of a more in-depth take. But first things first, the biggest change that a lot of folks really want is that God Hand should be fixed in this patch. So God Hand was exploitable prior to this patch, and it was kind of ruining everyone's experience, so hopefully that is fixed. And aside from that, what's new to Dauntless will be streaming install, which is basically added streaming install to Dauntless on console, so they can pretty much start playing a little bit sooner before the patch is completely downloaded. So that's the thing. Improved weapon previews, added new weapon preview animations that make it easier to see the weapon you selected. Check them out in the store, loadout, and hunt pass screens. Word. Winterhorn Scrave. Alright, I'm excited for this one. Winterhorn Scrave has returned to the Shattered Isles with a new look and some deadly new moves. Queue up for a hunt and let us know how the fight feels. Shrek has also undergone some visual improvements and make it look even more handsome. Yo, Winterhorn Scrave looked insane on the Nintendo Treehouse livestream, I guess. Like, that fight looks dope. I'm excited for it, and I'm really hyped for that fight. Like, insanely hyped. Weapon demo videos. Kat now offers a video tutorial for each of the weapons available in the Dauntless. Be sure to stop by and watch a few. She's sure to appreciate the studiousness. Man, yeah, watch my videos instead. Just as soon as I make them, just wait like, a couple more months, I'll make some more weapon guides, and then just watch those instead. No, I'm kidding. So that should, give you a better preview of what to actually expect from a weapon. I wish it would tell you, like, the damage output it could possibly do. I don't know, because people keep saying, oh, this weapon's bad, but no weapon's bad right now. Every weapon's viable. It's just knowing how to use them currently. Now, Terra Elemental Effect. Slayers using Terra weapons will now be able to inflict an elemental status effect on behemoths, which will spawn Terra orbs that seek out and heal injured Slayers who are doing damage to the behemoth. So this is a sick new effect, but there's one problem. It's going to body anyone using low life builds. It's just what's going to happen. Like, if you're using a life build and someone's using a Terra weapon, once they proc that effect, you will get healed I'm guessing an amount that you won't want to be healed for, ruining the effect of your low life cells, such as Rage, Wild Frenzy, maybe Iceborne, but Iceborne isn't really that big a deal. And also, if you're using a Shroud weapon, which is 20% health or less, it'll ruin that damage buff you get from the Shroud weapon. So that's going to be a rough thing, but it's going to be a pretty sick effect. Just know that if you're playing in a pug group, you're probably going to be dealing with some Terra weapons in a pretty decent amount of cases, because it's going to be a really nice heal effect. Just saying. Moving on to quality of life. Alright, of course the biggest one. Fix a bug where users could use the God Hand special indefinitely, or get indefinitely stuck when aiming the Warpike concussive payload attack. So those are both really good changes, but the God Hand change is for sure the biggest change. And hopefully it's going to be gone for good, because, man, the God Hand exploit babied a lot of people so far. Like, a lot of folks are just, mentally AFKing and just killing behemoths really quickly and getting what they want very easily. So there's going to be a couple of folks that are really high in progression where they shouldn't be, and they don't know how to play the game. So expect that to happen. Expect to maybe carry some nubs, as some folks would say. But yeah. Decrease the likelihood of the in-game store getting stuck in an internal load cycle. So when you're in the store, it's a less chance of not being able to use my code in the store. Odo in checkout, helps me out, support creator code, just saying, add a way for players to see what creator they have selected for the support creator. Odo again, what I'm saying? Odo at checkout, just making that clear, y'all. Fixed a bug where the jump landing animation could play repeatedly. Wait, what? I never had that happen. That's dope though. Reformatted numbers in the mastery objectives to make them more readable. Example, 5 million would be represented as 5M, which is 5 million, instead of 50000. So it's going to be easier to see now, hopefully. Added a new model to the Sylvan barrel to distinguish it from other weapon barrels. Didn't we already have that? Did they change it again? Because we already had a different barrel. It was like a I Am Groot looking barrel instead of just the regular, like, star one, which I kind of like the star one a little bit. I would prefer to be like a green finish towards the end, like a green gradient would be dope. But we'll see if it's different now, I guess. Fixed a bug where Slayers could lose focus on the quest log when switching between mouse and controller input PC. Yes. Improved the description on the boost patrol chest loot item and added an indicator to the UI to show slayers when the boost is active. So this is going to be good because a lot of players, or some folks, have Twitch Prime, which if you have Twitch Prime, you could use the, you could get the Desperado bundle, which gave you a boost. And I didn't know if it was 7 days or 30 days, but this will tell me for sure. I'm pretty sure it is 30 days, which is pretty cool, I guess. So we will see that and have the indication, which is going to be pretty sick. Fixed a bug where Slayer's ears could clip through the Savant's hood. Clipping's a pretty big issue in Dauntless, like sort of right now. It's not the end of the world, but it is sort of an issue, and this is a step in the right direction of fixing that issue and making, you know, the in-game better. Which the in-game, by the way, is fashion. I'm just saying, the fashion is the real in-game of Dauntless. So if you don't know, now you do. Ace chip costs for cell speed up purchases should now display correctly. Also improved some of the middleman's UI flow. Dope. Fixed a bug where the Skullforge Blaze visual effects would show even if the helmet was hidden. I actually like that though. I don't really use Skullforge that much, but whenever I was using it, it was nice to see the flames and just have that sort of uniqueness, because Skullforge itself, it's not a bad exotic in all honesty. The only like, I guess, caveat to it, which I don't know what that word means, but the only negative side is the fact that you have a defense slot, which you don't normally use in most builds. So there's that. The Stealthwork mask will now display the correct set of default dives. See, fashion, told you, in-game. Stormcloud Lightning Curse has new visual effects. Goodbye, Sweet Cloud. So I'm guessing the cloud now is, it would like show a freaking, just a sad cloud that was just zapping you from the sky. I missed that. They nerfed it a while back, but I missed that. The pre-nerf cloud was the best. Added a slight offset to gear tooltips to prevent them from blocking other options. Yes. I don't know what that does, but yes. Did a polish pass on frost visual effects. So I'm not sure like which ones they mean. They could mean like the frost stomp on Pangar, or maybe just like the icicles. I don't know. We'll see though. Or maybe the debuff bar. I don't know. Fixed a bug where Death's Head and Sky Anchor sigils were not appearing in the banner customization menu. Fashion. See? Flares matter too. Improved performance in Ramsgate, improved deflection for players running directly into a wall or behemoth. This will make it easier to crash into one and continue moving naturally. Previously, running into a wall or behemoth could cause the Slayer to drastically change direction or momentum. So what I'm assuming this means is that if you're on a behemoth, you won't freaking just slide left or right like you're doing the electric slide. Like that's, did not like that at all. It was honestly tilting me a little bit. Like I wasn't having fun doing a lot of like hunts, trying to perfect hunts, because I kept sliding. I would just go one direction or the other direction and I wouldn't connect. The biggest problem was using axe or hammer, because if using the hammer, if I go to Aether Slam, I would go Aether Slam and just cut to the left, and I would just tilt, because I don't like having my gameplay being changed arbitrarily like that. So hopefully this is referring to that. I'm pretty sure it is, because that'll make my gameplay a lot more fluid and a lot more fun for me, because I don't like having it being affected in that kind of way. So please let this be a solution to that. Fixed some typos and cleaned up some confusing quest text. Yes, that includes the blaze weapon reference in the green light quest. Items that you can transmog to will now display their default dice instead of the dice from the base item. Added party member icons to the compass. This should make it easier to locate your friends when you're in the city or a hunt. That's actually dope for a hunt. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm really bad at sending out flares. I'm trying to practice it, because I should do it anyway, because I have a freaking partner flare, by the way, partner flare. So if I throw it up, it's just like, hey, advertisement. But I should flare regardless, because it's nice for your teammates. It's not that hard to do. I just focus on the hunt though, so it's my bad. But that should make it easier to find your teammates and not have to worry too much about the flares, because I know that some players get lost. Like some people don't have a sense of direction to save their life, and that's fine. And hopefully this makes it easier on themselves. So just look at the map, the compass, find your teammates. So that's pretty dope. Fixed a bug that caused some reward names to display a placeholder name. Rest in peace, really long item name. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's actually a exotic, by the way. Like that means like you got like a free exotic. It was random, and I'm pretty sure that's what it means. So hopefully it'll be like a regular name now, I guess. Hammer swings and warpike piercing attacks can now sever tails and tusks. That's good. That's actually great, because now hammer players have a way to cut tails and tusks and actually get those loot pieces, and not have to go, oh hey, I can't play hammer and get these items now. I have to like, play sword even though I don't want to play sword. So that just makes it so you can play the weapon you want to play and still be I guess productive is the word. Yeah, be productive in like farming. So that's an amazing thing. And the piercing effect, I don't know how I feel about that because it's not a big deal or a bad thing at all. But piercing is how you wound. So if you're wounding a part and you accidentally break it, well, rest in peace, I guess. Replace glacial prisms placeholder text with the correct in-game text. This is my hand signal for if I don't know what's going on. Reorganize the quest log so that challenges appear before quests. This should help prevent long-term quests from dominating the log. Hopefully this makes it easier to read, I guess. I want to see a quest log where it's like, it's like a world quest, I guess, and like a regional quest. And WildStar, it was like, hey, world quest is important, or I think so. It was like world quest, regional quest, and something along that nature. But like one quest is more important than the other, and you could tell. And hopefully we get something like along the same lines. Like a Slayer quest is, hey, this is like just kill Behemoth, it's kind of random. And I guess a progression quest or something like that. It means like, hey, doing this quest progresses through your storyline. And like it's really important to getting to the next point in your quest log. Something like that. Removed an unusable placeholder emote end of hunt from the emote menu. Cleaned up the way elemental resistances were displayed in the airship lobby. Slayers will now see a single strength and a single weakness for the behemoth they're hunting. Yeah. Fixed a bug where banner plants could play audio and visual effects that were out of sync with their animations. Fashion, see? Cleaned up and improved Terra sound effects. Okay, so Terra repeaters had an awful sound. It sounded like a bottle. I don't have a bottle here, but it's like whenever you blow on a bottle, a bottle makes that whoo sound, like whoo. If you could hear that. It makes like that weird sound. It sounded like that just like over and over and over again. So hopefully that's fixed, because I don't like those kind of sounds. I like whenever I don't like how repeaters always have weird sound effects. Like they fixed Frost Barrel, because Frost Barrel used to sound like a gosh darn squeaky toy. And it killed me. I hated it so much. Hopefully that's fixed. I couldn't handle that. I fixed a bug where some interactions would fill up the interaction circle, but wouldn't complete the interaction. What did I fix last patch? Whatever. As long as it's like being worked on, it's like they're aware of it. That's cool. Improved performance on visual effects. Yes. Fix a bug where Skarn's Vortex could one-hit kill players using anti-stagger cells and abilities. Why'd you fix that? That's amazing! If you're playing, if you're making the mistake of using, I would say sturdy, adhesive hilts, any of that stuff, you should die. You should die on that attack. That's your fault. You should know what you're fighting. If you're using that kind of stuff, you get bodied, you get bodied. There should be no, oh, we're sorry, we're gonna go ahead and, slap on the wrist, don't die. No, they should die. Like, bruh. Let them die. Healing grenades will no longer attach themselves to Slayers with full health. Thank the Lord, I swear. Those healing grenades were like, oh, you're about to die? You got one health? Nah, we'll go to Carl. Carl has like 999 health. He's fine. Oh, he's full? We'll heal him. We'll overheal him. You can't do that, but we'll overheal him anyway. So, good change. Fix a bug where the revive indicator could display the wrong interaction button. I imagine it's because like pressing spacebar to heal somebody. Right. Improved and remains animation transitions. They should be much smoother. Yes. Fixed a bug where Boreas could appear to slide across the ground instead of walking. I've actually never seen that bug, so... Well, actually, I never fight Boreas anyway, because I don't like that fight. But, yes. Jumping Hammer Blast will now correctly consume ammo. So, this probably affects Molten Edict the most. So, my previous Molten Edict video is scuffed, which... You can still play it that way, you just have to reload now, and that's not a big deal. It's just you're going to lose some damage from the Aether Charged ammo. So, be aware of that. I fixed a bug where Slayers could get stuck in the Axe's heavy attack charge if they ran out of stamina. Okay, I know what that means. Like the heavy attack is the right click for the computer or PC, so yeah. Fixed a bug where mastery rewards weren't marked as complete until the Slayer completed the following mastery level. This was a problem that a lot of folks were having, although it was pretty minor, but it is nice to have that resolved. The hammer will now correctly consume all ammo when using the concussive salvo for the first time. I'm actually not sure what that means either, TBH. But Slayers can now cancel. Slayers can now cancel interactions, e.g., is that like example, using an Aether Vent, reviving another player by dodging. So This is good because I noticed that if I was playing like a random group of somebody, if they went to like revive someone else, they wouldn't cancel it in time because before you to cancel it, you'd let go and wait for it to let you dodge. Now you can just dodge out of it entirely, making the whole process faster and hopefully not getting bodied. Because players were getting clapped for reviving their teammates, which is kind of rough. It's like, hey, you're being nice, reviving your teammates, and you're gonna die. It's you're being a good Samaritan and you're also gonna die. So it's just a bad scenario. Sword repeating elements, sword repeating elements, warpike piercing flurry, and chain blades blade spin can no longer get in a stuck state when the user has run out of stamina using them. Does a stuck state mean like attacking continuously, or the stuck state meaning not being able to dodge? I would assume it's being like attacking indefinitely. I would imagine. Improved performance on Valamir. Oh yeah, favorite fight in the game. Woohoo. Move the disband guild button out of the social context menu. It now lives at the bottom of the guilds tab. This should reduce the likelihood of accidental guild disbandments. Speaking of guild disbandments, I disbanded mine, and I could never get the name back that I wanted. Because I had the name I wanted, right? I'm not going to say it because you're going to make it. But I had the name I wanted, and I disbanded it, and now I can't get it. Like, I disbanded it, went to remake my guild, and I just don't have it anymore. So, I'm upset. My heart's broken, and I can't move on. Fixed a bug that was causing a delay between opening a core and seeing the open-close buttons. Wait, are these like going to be like, beta now? Fixed a bug where players could get reset to the airship drop zone after falling off the island. Oh my gosh. That bug was, oh my lord. The jump bug was so bad. It's such a bad bug. Like, on the off chance you fall off the map, which shouldn't happen all the time, but when you do, it is just so disheartening to like have to walk that freaking long walk back to the behemoth. Especially if it's in far spawn. That's the best part. If it's in far spawn, you're gonna be upset. It's like a minute walk, so that's rough. Fix a bug that could trigger a weird audio effect when transitioning from the city to the airship lobby. I think I have like in-game sound turned off. That's why. Improve performance on Scorched on Hellion. Oh my lord. Hopefully this affects the console players. I'm not sure if like a different patch notes for PC and console. If there is, then get wrecked. But hopefully it affects y'all the most because I'm fine on Hellion, yo. Like me on Hellion, it's not a big deal. But console players, oh my lord, the struggle is real. I've heard like horror stories of like 10 FPS. So hopefully it affects y'all too. Fixed a bug that allowed pylon bonuses to stack. See, I told Revy, bro. I was like, hey Revy, you can stack them. He's like, no, you can't. Yeah, you can. No, you can't. You can. You could. Now you can't. It was a bug that was still. On the account linking screen, the continue without linking option now only appears after a brief delay. Oh, I'm not going to read that. Added a progression to data check to the player load sequence so that slayers don't respawn into Ramsgate with the missing quest or an empty hunt board. I feel like some of these are going to be like weird and like I don't know what they mean actually. Fixed a bug where some players were unable to retrieve their axe after using the Grim Onslaught special. That's a big bug fix because that kind of sucked. You just sit there for like, how long is the duration to pick it up? Like 20 seconds? You'd be like a sitting duck, I guess, just chilling. So, how long is that falling thing going off? Oh, my bad. I'm not gonna fix it, dude. Whatever. We'll live with it. Fix a bug where Molten Edict could fail to recreate its lava ball. See, I talked about this in my last video on the Molten Edict, which is why I was mostly playing a spam attack instead of just doing like the Aethos slams because I could never get the meatball to actually form. And I said meatball like 80 times in the last video, by the way. Like, way too much. But that's why I didn't like playing it, is because I couldn't get the freaking meatball to go. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't happen. Anyway. New water ripple visual effects will appear when slayers move through water. I'm swimming. Yes. Improved performance on hunts. Just, hey, we made the game better. You're welcome. That's just what that is. That's sick. Fixed the bug where slaying heroic Scorched and Hellion would not count towards this Far Slayer's apprentice quest. Hopefully this helps progression because I kept getting a lot of questions about like how to progress through the game, which by the way, I've still not played through the game on my alt account. Like that part 2 for my beginner guide, it's gonna be here in like the year 2050. I'm sorry, like I've had a lot of stuff to do and I apologize. That's my bad. I should have taken part 1 out of the freaking title. Like honestly, it should just been like, beginner guide and just left it off like a huge cliffhanger, which it already is. Equipping a cell now plays a cool new confirmation sound. Ooh, sick. Polish Nasher, Pangar, and Hellion locomotion and transition animations to eliminate any hitches between their movement and attacks. The big thing I want is to fix Pangar